All right, let's do this thing. Monday Night Raw. If it's one word, I would have to theme this show. Rematch City, folks. Rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch. And what do I got to say about this show? Honestly, it wasn't even that bad. The only thing I would say is just it's almost like the same thing I watched last week. Rematch on rematch on rematch. Even the intro was kind of the same thing this week. What do we start off just like last week? MVP introduced Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out with some hoes, just like last week. I want to say the last ones look kind of more better than this batch they brought out this week. Still look good, but I probably like last week's batch they brought out last week. But MVP talked about how the WWE is coming back on the road in July and talk about their finish with Drew McIntyre. After being in WrestleMania, we can finally get rid of that dark cloud, and now we can go on to Kofi Kingston. But Drew once again came out, still wanting his title shot. Drew basically said, he would have won a WrestleMania if it wasn't MVP, and even at Backlash if it wasn't for Braun Strowman. But Drew, basically told Lashley, you want to prove you're the number one star, go one more time with me, basically. And Lashley, basically, held up the title. And McIntyre basically said, listen, man, you lost to Kofi because of me last week, okay? Because of me. But Kofi Kingston came out, him and Xavier Woods, basically said, I pinned Lashley last week. And, McIntyre said, you're welcome. But Kofi went on to say, I never got my rematch for the WWE title, which that is very true. He never did get his rematch after the whole Brock fiasco, which still never made any sense. I'm like, he never got his rematch. And basically, he went on to talk about Drew McIntyre saying, you've been getting a lot of rematches. I never got my rematch. You gotten plenty of them, and you still couldn't get the job done. So this is my time now. But Adam Pearce went on to say, how about this? One-on-one, Drew and Kofi. Whoever wins will get the title shot against Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell, which, once again, Kofi did win, so why does he have to fight again to get his title shot? And we did get Kofi versus Drew right here, right now, as Bobby Lashley and the rest of the crew watch from the MVP. Well, they didn't watch from the MVP lounge. Well, they did watch from the MVP lounge on top of the stage before they came down and went by ringside. Kofi doing his big dive off the top rope, land on a Drew, knock him into Lashley. Then, basically ended up being a DQ finish. So with a DQ finish now, everybody just starts fighting in the ring. Kofi ended up hitting a Trouble Paradise onto Lashley, and then Drew followed up with the Claymore kick in right after that, knocking Lashley out of the ring. So good match, don't get me wrong, but why do we need to see this? Like, Kofi did win, but Drew still did help him. Which now they even gonna do this again next week, rematch. But here's the thing: whoever wins, there must be a winner. But if Lashley shows up and gets involved, he will be suspended. Then, if Drew or Kofi or someone doesn't walk out as the winner, as the number one contender, so we gotta do another rematch next week. Charlotte was in the back on her phone until Ripley showed up, basically saying that Charlotte's just jealous of her and whatnot. Nikki Cross came out of nowhere, basically said she could beat any of them in a match. Charlotte says, I could beat Nikki Cross in 2 minutes, but I got a match against Asuka. Again, after we just saw it last week, but we're going to see it again. But Ripley said, all right, I'll do it. I'll accept the challenge. We got another Eva Marie promo, the evolution thing, whatever this whole self-help thing she's trying to do and motivate people. But, yeah, Ripley went against Nikki Cross and for a 2-minute challenge, beat the clock, which Ripley ended up, I guess, losing her temper and kept punching and kicking Nikki Cross until she finally remembered the timer. Like, dude, you were just looking at the timer not that long ago. But as Nikki Cross celebrated, Charlotte came out and started to laugh then. Yeah, Ripley, I don't know what to say. Well, at least she didn't lose to Cross in 2 minutes, but at the same time, it's like, what was the point of this? Is she almost forgot about the timer, kind of somewhat look like an idiot then after. It's like, it's 2 minutes and just stop paying attention to the ref. So I don't understand. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, where are we at this again? Charlotte versus Asuka. I saw this last week. Listen, it was a really good match. Nothing wrong with that. But one thing I could say, 50-50 booking, okay? 50-50 booking. We saw this last week. Like I said before, it was a really good match. Both of them always put on really good to great matches with Charlotte and Asuka. But did I need to see this again 2 weeks in a row? No, I did not. So why am I seeing this again 2 weeks in a row? And what happens? Charlotte ends up, rolling up on the Oscar getting the win. So yeah, 50-50 booking. Lashley was in the back chilling. He probably could fucking eat them hoes if he wanted to. I don't blame him if he tries. Probably all at the same time. Until they told him Adam Pearce, you gotta see. Well, you gotta go see Adam Pearce and see what's going on with that in his office. Sheldon Benjamin went against Cedric Alexander. A lot of video packages also with Cedric. Which let me say, Cedric's promos, I get the point he's trying to get across, but his delivery somewhat sounds bad and tries to be a little bit over the top with it. Basically saying he's in his prime. We were at the top. We were in the hurt business, but they kicked you out. Saying how many years that you got left on you and whatnot. So, once again, it's another case of 50-50 booking. Really good match and a pretty good feud with both of these guys. Match went a little bit longer. Ended up with Cedric winning this time, though, after poking Shelton in the eyes. Good match, but once again, 50-50 booking. I saw this last week. So here we are again. Matt Riddle went against Xavier Woods. This is a great match. I gotta say, Woods, I know we see him in tag teams all the time. And he's really good in the ring, but he doesn't give enough credit for his match as a singles competitor. This was a great match to watch. I thought this was the match of the night, to be honest. This was just a lot of crazy stuff from Woods just doing that pop-up suplex, catching someone in midair, to I don't even like hitting like a DVD onto the ring apron and whatnot. Riddle hitting like a freaking German suplex from the ropes and stuff. Even going for the floating bro, but Woods getting out of the way. Woods hitting with chops, basically both going back and forth with each other until Riddle hit an RKO on him, which we didn't see Orton tonight. But what will he think about this? Of course, but with Orton getting the win, not Orton getting the win, but Riddle getting the win, he ended up beating Woods. But a great match though. Like I said, Woods doesn't get enough credit as a singles competitor. Puts on really great matches, and this is a great one tonight. AJ Styles went against Jackson Riker. Elias got involved. Knee and AJ. Riker got the win. Almost came out, pulled Elias from the timekeeper's area, chased both of them, and then hit him like a big running, shoulder block into Elias, breaking the Titantron and whatnot up, or the screen up there, the LED Titantron screen up there. So once again, both of these teams are heels, but obviously people are going to cheer for AJ and Amos. So I guess that makes them automatically face, but I don't see Riker or Elias win the tag belts in general. Sheamus went against Humberto out there. Humberto Carrillo. I'm glad nobody didn't get hurt this time. Sheamus did get the win. Pretty much holding on to the tights, but right after Sheamus attacked Carrillo again, Ricochet came out for the save. Ricochet and Carrillo just start doing crazy high fly moves on him. And, I will say this about Ricochet, man. I think that's really lame that people really went after him on Twitter for saying he's a better high flyer than Io Shirai, even though he still put her over too. And then fans want to call him sexist and whatnot. That's really retarded to get mad about him. And Ricochet is a great high flyer. He's better than Io Shirai. So I just wanted to make a little quick note about that because I just thought that was really dumb that even people went in about Ricochet for saying he's a better high flyer than her, and then they want to call him a sexist. That's fucking stupid. So I don't understand the logic even behind even calling them that. So I thought that was dumb. But yeah, they ended up like a bunch of 450s on Sheamus, leaving him on the ground then. Baszler and Jax, I guess, we're getting a rematch. I'm surprised this was the main event tonight. Baszler was sick of Reginald saying, you better stay in behind, or I'm going to give you something to have nightmares about. Baszler and Jax went against Natalya and Tamina, which the match was pretty good at first, until Reginald came out. And then Baszler basically told Reginald to leave. Of course, he has his sunglasses on because of some pyro or whatnot, which there was pyro that shut off. Reginald fell all over the ground. Baszler just kept looking and was distracted. Tried to go back for Natalya. Natalya rolled her up. And then Baszler checked Reginald, basically saying, you okay? Because next week, you son of a bitch, this is what's going to happen. I'm sick of you interfering in my matches. And next week, it's going to be me versus you. If you get the balls, to accept this, I'm gonna make you wish you were in that explosion, basically. So, so the match wasn't even that bad. Just the finish was really bad. Honestly, there was some really good matches on this show, but The biggest problem, it was 50-50 booking, and it's rematch on rematch on rematch. I'll admit, I thought the best match on this whole show was Riddle and Woods. I thought that was great. I thought a lot of these matches were good. The main event, I'm surprised that women's tag match was the main event, but I thought that match was actually somewhat good in a way, even though I felt like Jackson, Tamina, was somewhat botching out there at the same time. But, stuff from Charlotte, from Asuka, even though I've seen it too many times, it was still a really good match. I thought Sheldon and Cedric was really good also. Drew and Kofi. But once again, it's too many rematches. It's rematch on rematch, and it's 50-50 booking, okay? That's what it looked like out here. So Raw, it wasn't even that silly tonight. Some will probably just be bored with this show, but at least it wasn't no off the wall silly stuff like we've seen almost every week now. Because usually, like I said, this show's usually bad. And we didn't even see much of the whole Alexa Bliss Lily thing other than the pyro stuff, which looked really bad. But like I said, the show wasn't that bad. Like I said, there was some really good matches on there. It's just 50-50 booking. I seen this last week. Now I'm seeing it again this week. Why the fuck should I care? Tell me why. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So boom, there you go. But yeah, Hell in a Cell, we'll see what goes along with that or whatever. But yeah, this is Raw tonight, folks. Honestly, I'm not even that mad at Raw. Like I said, Raw, somewhat okay. Too many rematches though. Rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch. Rematch, and I'm repeating myself. Oh, so boom, there you go. Obviously, it's gonna be a really long week in wrestling, if you ask me. Pay-per-view coming up next weekend. Other stuff to still cover this week. NXT tomorrow night. Balor Cross 2 NXT title. Ted DiBiase, Cameron Grimes. We'll see you tomorrow night for that review of NXT. So comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I'm done with this review of Raw tonight. I'll see you guys later. If you watch this show, peace. Or if you even try to get through Monday Night Raw tonight. Because trust me, it's a lot of people I know that is very difficult for them to get through Monday Night Raw every week. But at least I'm more awake this time than I was last week. Because I honestly missed like the main event. I had to rewind the damn show just to see the main event. Either I was just tired that day or that show bored me to death last week. But that's almost a common thing every week. This week, I'm more alert. And I'm up. I ain't even had no coffee right now. So boom. But yeah, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.